If you like an alpha X wide receiver who can win at the boundary, Pat Bryant out of Illinois might just be the receiver for you. And he's available very deep down draft boards. Bryant is the kind of receiver who can win as an X, whether that be working on go routes, contested catches, or with exceptional body control and wingspan at the sideline. But why is he a sleeper in this class? If you like this content, please consider liking and subscribing. But let's take a little bit of a deep dive into one of the more under the radar wide receiver prospects in the 2025 draft class. There is a huge amount to like about Bryant on film. The first thing that you spot when you scout him are elite ball skills. He is a very natural hands catcher with a huge wingspan and shows an incredible catch radius and ability to then pluck balls out of the air, whether that be working across the sideline, whether that be going over the top of a defender, or whether it be in the red zone. This is someone who can deal with balls thrown outside of his frame, because basically nothing is outside of his frame. If the ball is at all catchable, he can probably find a way to get there, which is incredibly helpful if he's working with not fantastic quarterback play, which he has done for a fair amount of his career. The other thing which I really like about him is I think he has an intelligent release package. I think he's someone that understands how to try and get open earlier into the route, and I think he's someone that can understand the nuances of release packages, which again is something that you don't normally tend to see in rookie receivers. I also think that he understands zone coverage. He can understand how to sit down in zones, but also when a play breaks down, he's someone that I saw time and time again know how to work his way back to the quarterback to try and get open a second time. So there's definitely a certain amount of football IQ there in his ability to understand coverage and his ability to then work in a scramble drill. So I was impressed to see this. The other thing is I think particularly in the red zone, he has a great understanding of spacing and timing. He had 10 touchdowns in his last season in college, and a significant amount of these came when working in the red zone. But obviously, in this condensed area of the field, you have to be so much more intelligent to know and see the spaces before they come open. But I think he has a great ability to work with timing so that a quarterback can throw a pass before he gets open, knowing that Bryant will find his way to the football. So overall, this is a highly intelligent football player who can work as an X at the boundary with a great catch radius. So why is he still going so under the radar when there is so much to like about him? The answer to that question, unfortunately, is very easy to say. It's athleticism. Unfortunately, Bryant suffers from a lack of top end athleticism, and that's at a variety of areas. He's relatively strong, but he can struggle against more physical cornerbacks. But notably, he lacks elite long speed, he lacks burst out of his breaks, and he lacks acceleration. This is something which is going to severely hinder his draft stock. We love players that can get open, but we need better athletes than what Bryant has currently shown to be. It still means that he can have a role in the NFL, but it just means that that top end ceiling is just not in his range of outcomes. I really wanted to see more juice in his breaks so that we can use him in a more variety of ways. But I think this is someone that can't really work across the middle of the field and has to be used more as an X only, which, given the fact that he lacks top end long speed and particularly that acceleration to come off the line quickly, is something that we're going to have to fight to see, just because he lacks that top end athleticism that we want to see from from rookies coming out of college. The other thing is that I don't think he offers too much in the yards after the catch game. He can break a play open because he has really long strides, so he can try and, gallop his way past defenders, but he doesn't really show too much tackle breaking ability, and that lack of burst means that he doesn't really have the lateral agility to then get round defenders as well. I also noticed, and you can look at this just from the statistics, there is a noticeable dip in production when he played against the best opposition. So this is a slight worry coming from a smaller school, that we've seen you dominate against people who are going to be working as car salesmen in the next 6 months, but you're going to struggle to take that leap when you actually get to the big leagues. My playstyle comparison for Bryant is Michael Wilson, someone who can work as a deep threat, can work as a boundary wide receiver, and maybe even some roles over the middle as a big slot type, but someone who's never going to be a complete wide receiver, and someone who you are unhappy if they're your wide receiver 2. If Michael Wilson's the wide receiver 3 on your team, you're fine with that. He may score a fair amount of touchdowns in a season, but he's never going to be someone that you consistently build your offense around. And this is what I see from Bryant. I definitely think there are some elements to his game that an NFL team is going to like, but there are also some significant deficiencies that mean that he's never going to be the focal point of your passing game. In terms of his draft value, he's currently projected to go midway through day 3. I would project maybe the late 5th, early 6th round, just because those athletic tools are so lacking. That teams will probably look to go earlier with wide receivers who are less developed in their play style than Bryant, but who have athletic abilities to be able to have a higher ceiling. And when it comes to your rookie drafts, look, it wouldn't surprise me if he somehow finds a way to end up as a wide receiver too, if that athleticism tends to translate more to the NFL than I saw in college, and if those ball skills are just something that a team and a quarterback in particular falls in love with, he could be a priority sleeper to target. But for me, I'm not looking to do so anywhere before the 4th round, and probably towards the back of the 4th round, if I'm honest. I don't think Bryant has the same level of upside as some other receivers in this class, just because of the limitations to his game and his athletic profile. But there's nothing that's going to stop him being a regular contributor as a wide receiver 3 in the NFL. So there's definitely a place for him when he gets drafted. Let me know your thoughts on Bryant down below in the comments. Am I missing something with him, and do you want your team to be targeting him? And while you're there, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out all of the other rookie profiles available on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.